Hello Divas, have you shown off your Diva today? I know I have, and I'm going to do some more showing off here to do a demo for you for a new product that's out. I've been very excited to try this. I've been seeing ads for it, and I do love the company. Smashbox does good stuff, and they came out with a new product called Halo, and it is a tinted moisturizer that seems to be getting good reviews. So I wanted to try it out myself, and it's in this nice little black box that got sent to me. I put in the order, and it's all nicely kind of like folded and packaged. But, my Halo. I did get myself the tinted moisturizer, and they were having a special, so I went ahead and did the special and got the loose powder, the loose setting powder that they have for it, which is also the Halo line. And so I can try it out and let you guys know what to think. So the color that I have for this is medium. What I loved about Smashbox's website is they had a feature on there where it would take a kind of a selfie of you, and then in real time you can see what the tone would look like on your skin, and that really made it easy to figure out what color I wanted to get. Now, Smashbox does have a very good return policy, especially in times like we are now with the pandemic. If it doesn't match, you send it back. They'll send you the correct one until you are happy with the color. But that new, well, I don't know how new it is, but that system they have on their website to help you check your color worked really well. It was super easy. Like, I didn't have to be all super tech savvy to be able to run it. It worked very well. So I definitely recommend using the tool that they gave you to try to match your skin first. And I'm pretty sure most people will get a very accurate result. If not, it's not far off. So definitely use their online tool, and once you figure out your color, order it. So yeah, it's nice little sleek. I love the packaging for this product. They've done a good job at keeping it kind of like sleek and sexy. Even the box is like kind of sleek, and you know, there's not a whole lot to it, so it just has this like appeal that you want to like touch it and use it. So I do like that about the packaging for the tinted moisturizer. And with the tinted moisturizer, you can use it as your foundation for like a daily look, especially because it's not a whole lot of color, but it can be layered, so you have more color. But you can put something on your skin that a sheer tint and still look perfected and feel great. It doesn't have to have a whole lot of coverage to feel pretty. So I'm excited to try that. Along with, this is the kind of hard to see because of the glare, but I will show it on the screen later. This is the Halo, the Smashbox Halo setting powder. And one neat thing about the design of this one, I like that it stays closed. There is a little button right here in the front that you press, and then it will open up, but it does not. Ooh, I opened this earlier, so there's a little bit of a dusting that happened. But I do like that how the product can kind of move around in there. It's locked. It's not gonna seep out. So you can put this in your purse, you can put this in your bag, and you're not gonna have a bunch of powder seeping out everywhere or it accidentally opening, and now your purse is filled with all this skin tone powder. So this button feature, good job, Smashbox. I really like that. The neat thing about this that I like is the fact that it is a loose powder, but there's not a lot of loose powder that's sitting there in where you would use it. You actually twist. Let me see if I can get this closer for you to see. Oop, that mirror. But you twist this and see there, some of the powder starting to fall down. So you use that little dial to bring out some of the powder. So not all the powder is coming out and sitting and, you know, caking up on the top, and you're less likely to spill it if you're opening it or something like that. So I think that's a great design. Smashbox, I really appreciate that feature for it. It's really good for your clients that are kind of your everyday consumer to feel comfortable that they have a product that they're not having to worry if it is going to be problematic for them later on. So very smart on that design. Thank you guys. I have a primer that I'm going to use to put it on. Now, I got this from one of my Ipsy sort of things, and then I got a sample of it, and then I bought a little case that had some mini primers from Smashbox as well. But this is their Vitamin Glow, and this is the one that they recommend with Halo. I didn't have to buy it separately when I bought the Halo to try. I already had this, but this is the primer that they recommend, and so it's going to be the one I use right now. I'm sure using any of their other primers or primers from other people, you may get a little bit of a different feel or effect. I don't think it'll probably be that big of a difference, especially because it's a tinted moisturizer. It's going to moisturize your skin. So I'm going to use what they recommend, but if you use something else, not going to be detrimental. But if you can get one of these Smashbox primers, I'm telling you, I do like them. They work very, very well. You're not going to regret your purchase. Okay, so glasses off. Let's go and start off with my primer. Now, I kind of have a big face, and I sweat a lot, but that also means my skin will absorb things a lot. So I use about 3 pumps myself to start off with, and I can usually cover my entire face and neck with 3 pumps of the primer. Does everybody need that much? No, probably not. And the fact that I have facial hair, like some of it's going to absorb into that as well. So it's what I use. On average, it's probably about 2 pumps. Play with it, figure out how many pumps are going to work for you. But for me, it's 3. Not everybody's going to need that. Okay, so I am going to be using a brush for both. This brush I'm using is a face brush that I got from Ipsy, and it's kind of an awesome brush. I like using it for like my liquidy things. And this is a debate. It's been a debate with stuff that I did with Bare Minerals and other companies that all have tinted moisturizers as to how to apply them, if it's more effective to use your hands or a brush. And really, the outcome has always kind of been split in the middle. People that are advocates of using a brush say it's because it's a moisturizer and you're putting it onto your skin of your fingertips or whatever you're applying with your skin, it's going to naturally want to absorb into that area, so you lose some of it through absorption to apply it. And if you use a brush, it's not going to have the same absorption, so you use less product. There's arguments that can be said for the exact opposite. So in a sense, it's a little more personal preference. I tend to like to put it on the back of my hand, bring it up with the brush, and then apply it myself. But if you want to apply with your fingertips, you can do the same thing. And as long as you just make sure that you work it around and not just let it sit in one space and not use your fingers to blend it, because you don't want streaky color happening. So with your fingers, you just want to make sure that you are working it into the skin. With the brush, you can see where you put it, and there we go. I forgot there was a seal on it. Alright, so using about a pea size, like they said, maybe a little more than a pea size, but hey, I got that big old face. So I put on the brush, and let me grab my mirror. Alright. I kind of like to go, like in the areas where I would highlight my face with highlighter. I start off there when I'm putting, especially like tinted moisturizers or something that more of a sheer tint. I like to start off in my highlighty areas, because where you first put that brush down is where you're going to have the most color kind of deposit to the face. And so it's kind of a natural way to highlight your face without having to use highlighter. But some people are going to have a little bit of a different effect, so it just kind of depends on your skin as well and your skin tones. But as you can see, I put a little bit more, just a little bit, because I want to kind of emphasize a couple of spots where I get rosacea, so I get redness in certain areas that can become kind of noticeable. So I like to go and put just a little more color in those spots that I get kind of red, and then let it sit for a sec, and then kind of work it back in so it blends to everything else, but I get that little bit of extra color where that redness pops through, so it stays nice and even later on. This is going on like a dream. Like, I like the fact that I don't feel like I'm putting makeup on my face. I like the fact that it seems to be absorbing fairly quickly, but I still see what perfecting it's done to my skin. I rather enjoy. I like the way that it went on. Initially, it felt like it wasn't absorbing right away, but I don't know if that's the way the product is designed or not. But it didn't feel like it was absorbing initially, but then it started to absorb very nicely. So there was a second where it felt almost like it was floating, but once it started to absorb, my skin felt very nice, and now it doesn't even feel like I have anything on. So again, with the setting powder, you turn the dial, and powder will come out. I'm using a Bare Minerals brush that I've always loved. I don't have a Smashbox brush for this, but at the same time, there wasn't one on the website to buy. But you can use whatever tools you need to bring out your inner diva and just look pretty. Now, I will say that the moisturizer, or it being a moisturizer, and it's called Halo, it's supposed to have like a glow, like an angelic glow, and the reason why it's called Halo. So I know there's a degree of dewiness to it, which normally I try to hide a bit because I don't like to look oily or feel like I look oily. And I am digging how the glow that this has, especially after putting the setting powder on, or the loose powder on afterwards. It doesn't take away the dewiness that much. It helps kind of set everything and give you a little more color. But what's nice about it is I still look refreshed, my skin still looks dewy, and it feels supple, like it feels soft, it feels like it's moisturized. I don't feel like now that the powder is going on, it's drying everything out and I'm going to feel like I have a matte. No, I feel like it's my skin. And yay, I actually really like that. I can appreciate it because I've always been an advocate of makeup and I love what makeup can do for people, but if I'm going to be wearing something every day, I don't want to know that I have it on. I don't want to know that I'm wearing it. I want to feel like what I just put on is actually my skin. I don't like feeling that there's a film or anything like that. It drives me crazy, and I'll start itching at myself, even though I'm not itchy. Because I know it's there, I start doing it. And this, I just feel super refreshed. My skin, it actually feels like there's little like bubbles, almost like popping in my skin that is just waking me up. Like I feel refreshed just by having it on. I really like that because not all of us are going to look super flawless all the time. Some of us are tired all the time, but we don't want to look it. And so now I don't. Smashbox, thank you very much for coming out with this product. I give it a A+. I'm interested to see how over time it'll work, and I'll make some comments about that later and let you guys know. But initially, I'm very impressed with it. I like the way it goes on. I like the way it feels. I like the way it looks. And I'm glad that I saw the little teaser for the loose powder because I wasn't initially going to get this. It was just this that I was going to get. But I'm glad that I did. And even with this on, I feel super refreshed, super dewy, but not oily. And I feel good. I like the way my skin looks. So if my skin looks good and I feel good, that means that I can spread that diva love and positivity to people because I have the confidence to do so. So I'm divaing right now. I'm going to go outside and show off my diva to my neighbors and whoever else comes my way. You guys do the same. Let's change the world to be a more positive place, to be a more fun place, and to be a place that we can all talk and communicate and feel comforted and loved and know that we're leaving a legacy behind, that our kids are going to have a fantastic world to be in. Love you all. Please subscribe. Make sure to click the subscribe and the like. That does a lot of help for me. Keep an eye out for a new channel that I'm doing with my husband. That'll be coming out soon, and it's based around paranormal investigating. So, again, I love you guys. Love you, divas. Let's change the world and spread out that diva. And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.